The Galactic Council had a saying, never lend to a species that hasn't achieved faster-than-light travel. It was wisdom earned through 10,000 years of bad investments, broken promises, and species that simply disappeared. So when humanity applied for their first interstellar loan in 2157, the Council laughed. Not politely, actually laughed. Humans wanted to borrow 6 trillion galactic credits to build a Dyson swarm around their sun. Collateral? Their moon and 3 asteroid belts. The HFY Banking Consortium rejected the application in 14 languages simultaneously. But then, Senior Loan Officer Tvex made a mistake. A beautiful, terrible mistake that would change everything. Act 1, 1 to 7 o'clock, ***. Tvex was dying. His species, the HFY, lived for 3 centuries, and he was at year 299. 1 month left. In HFY culture, your final act defined your legacy, and Tvex wanted his to matter. So he approved humanity's loan. His colleagues thought grief had broken his mind. They're primitives, they said. They've had FTL for barely 5 years. They still have wars. They eat meat. Tvex simply smiled with his 3 mouths and processed the paperwork. The contract was standard HFY. Humanity had 50 galactic years to repay 6 trillion credits at 3% interest. If they defaulted, the consortium would seize Earth's moon, the asteroid belts, and levy a 30% tax on all human economic output until the debt was cleared. Standard. Boring. Legal. What Tvex didn't include was the thing every other loan officer always added, the civilizational collapse clause. If humanity went extinct or lost their capacity for interstellar travel, the debt would be forgiven. It was insurance, really, you couldn't collect from corpses. But Tvex left it out. The humans noticed. Their negotiator, a woman named Sarah Chen, asked about it 3 times. Tvex just smiled and said, I don't think we'll need it. Humanity took the money and built their Dyson swarm. It was glorious, millions of solar collectors drinking starlight, powering a civilization racing toward greatness. For 5 years, they made every payment on time. Then the Kresh invaded. Act 2, 7 to 1400 hours, ***. The Kresh Dominion was old, powerful, and bored. They conquered systems for sport, cataloging species the way humans collected butterflies. When they found Earth's system, they expected another quick victory. They were not prepared for what they found. The war lasted 3 years. The Kresh had better ships, better weapons, and a 1,000-year military tradition. But humans had something else, spite. When the Kresh destroyed the Mars colonies, humanity didn't surrender, they weaponized their Dyson swarm, turning solar collectors into laser arrays that could cut through Kresh dreadnoughts like paper. When the Kresh deployed their planet killer, humans didn't evacuate, they hacked it, turned it around, and sent it back through the Kresh invasion fleet. When the Kresh High Command threatened to exterminate this upstart pest species, humanity's response was broadcast on every galactic frequency, come try. The Kresh came. Humanity killed them all. But the cost was devastating. Earth's population dropped from 12 billion to 4 billion. The moon, humanity's collateral, was cracked in half by Kresh weapons. 2 of the 3 asteroid belts were reduced to debris clouds. The Dyson swarm was 40% destroyed. And humanity had missed 3 years of loan payments. Interlude, 14 to 1530. Tvex had been dead for 47 years when the default notice was filed. His legacy was in ruins, his family name was now synonymous with the fool who trusted humans. The consortium had written off the loan as a total loss. But the new director of collections, a vicious mantis named KX saw an opportunity. The humans are weak, KX clicked to the council. They're recovering from war. They can't fight us. We seize the assets, impose the debt tax, and make an example of them. Show the galaxy what happens when you default to the HFY. The council agreed. The ZH Cora collection fleet, 60 warships, all perfectly legal under the loan contract, entered Sol system on October 3, 2215. They expected broken humans begging for mercy. They found something else entirely. Act 3, 1530 to 1900 hours. Sarah Chen was now Admiral Chen, and she was 85 years old. She met the collection fleet in person, docking with their flagship in a shuttle that looked like it had been through a war. Because it had. KX that greeted her in the conference chamber, surrounded by lawyers and armed guards. Admiral Chen. You are in default. Surrender Earth's moon, what remains of it, the asteroid belts, and prepare for debt taxation. You have 1 standard hour to comply. Chen sat down slowly. She looked tired. We're not going to do that. KX that's mandibles clicked in amusement. You cannot fight us. You can barely fight off pirates. Your fleet is broken, your economy shattered, your people exhausted. The contract is clear. The contract is clear, Chen agreed. She slid a data tablet across the table. Which is why we're invoking Clause 47, subsection 12. KX that scanned it. Then scanned it again. His mandibles stopped clicking. Clause 47 to 12, creditor liability for debtor loss during collection period. It was an obscure provision, almost never used. If a debtor suffered economic loss because of a third party during the loan period, and if the creditor